So this person's good. They got their charge all contained, and just like the larger system, I recently learned about nested toruses, how they nest upon each other and how they connect with some sort of like a black hole portal type thing. I like 4 or 5 months ago was drawing a DNA strand, and I put a torus on the top because after I heard about the nesting and the as above so below, the macro to the micro, that these formulas can apply across all scales from micro to macro, I thought, well, if the DNA is like that, then maybe the larger system is like that. And I was talking about this on my TikTok channel, and one person commented on it and said it was just like the vision that she had 30 years ago when she was in an accident. So after I saw her drawing, I couldn't help but not draw it like hers now that I saw hers, to use it to piggyback off of the initial DNA thing. So I don't know, maybe there's lower octave systems with thresholds and gates connecting, and then as you go up, it's less density potential, higher octaves. But then within each system can be dense and light within on each side. So it can be like the most dense, the lightest on each side. And then in the center is the singularity point of each system. Like the center of the person is the singularity. That's where the creation happens of the fruit. That's where the seed is made. That's where the baby is made. That's where the realms, material world is made. So it's the same across the scales. So then all on the outside, all the ether, all around, the medium that everything is navigating through and making little waves and disturbances as it's navigating through, it's all sentient plasma, finer than mist, spirit, formless. But then within that, there's individuation, but we're able to connect through longitudinal and scalar waves to anything if tuned properly, or when a brain glitch happens and you immediately have more awareness. So the way that longitudinal and scalar waves work is that, like, say this person wants to connect with this person, or this person wants to connect with someone or something, or sense into like remote viewing or whatever. There's no, because of the way that longitudinal waves work, scalar waves work, there's no actual time or distance between the initial thought of where you want to connect. So that can be explained more in another video, but I just wanted to talk about the charge and gathering and leaking charge. So this person is working on their coherent state. They've got all their positive and negative charges. They're a contained battery, and they have capacitor, which is our skin and the water and our blood that's insulating us from the electrical pulses that go through our nervous system. And so when the coherence is incoherent and someone isn't knowledgeable and unconsciously having insane spikes of emotion and just letting the environment really dictate the way that the conditioning of their field is, without having any conscious control or refinement over it, then their fields around them have tears and leaks and rips where charges just naturally fall out, like a capacitor on a circuit board. The battery is like leaking. Sometimes with Loosh, because this is Loosh, is all the free radicals in the ether, the free ions, the potential charge that's just up for grabs for anything that it wants it, that knows about it. There's so much energy and charge everywhere, and you can go the harmless harvest route and learn how to gain charge yourself responsibly without manipulating or trying to take advantage or use someone else. Because what people do is sometimes they will try and upset or frustrate or annoy or make sad or elicit emotions out of someone, so that, like a narcissist that, or a psychopath that has no empathy, that has no connection to their spirit, will purposefully poke at an individual to try to make tears in their field. And it doesn't matter if you're not nearby, because of the way the longitudinal and scalar waves work, it creates a quantum entanglement of whatever your awareness is on. So you could be trying to make someone upset across the country and picking up on their charge if they're not able to contain it. Sometimes this person doesn't know how to gain their own charge and keep it, and so they go around and they just project all this nastiness and eliciting heightened emotions out of people to get, or when you go in and you talk to people and they're like, oh, I feel so much better after talking to you, and then you feel drained or you feel neutral. Well, try and just pay attention to every single person that you're interacting with, and how do you feel after you're done speaking with them? Do you feel strong and centered and empowered, or neutral is good? Or do you feel like you want to fall asleep, or you feel agitated, or you picked up on some of their free radicals, like static electricity transferred onto you, and now you have to try and shake it off? So people do it to each other. It's not just entities harvesting Loosh, archons harvesting Loosh. It's on all scales. And I notice every day actual people that are doing this way more than any other thing I can feel, trying to take from someone else because they don't know how to get it for themselves. So these rips and tears leak out the positive and negative ions of charge, and there may be a plasmoid that's trying to gain more charge and strength to become more of a system, like the closed loop system. And so it will just go around and pick up charge as it can, and then after enough sustained charge, it does turn into a toroid with this central point of singularity that is allowing creation to happen on the plane of inertia in the center, based on the initial intention of the plasmoid, or that characteristic, that individuated characteristic here.